Welcome to Episode 1 of The Prophet's Red Robe. In the heart of Nyandarua, Kenya, a mysterious prophet rises. His miracles draw thousands. But behind the blessings lies something no one was meant to see. If you're drawn to hidden cults masquerading as mainstream religions, this is the story for you. Now take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin. They said he came from Mount Elgon. Others whispered he had wandered for years through the Mau forest, speaking only to trees and spirits. But by the time Prophet Eliud arrived in Nyandarua, no one dared question his past. His miracles drowned every doubt. People called him Mtumishi wa Mwisho, the final servant. In a country weary of corruption, droughts, and vanishing hopes, he offered something irresistible: certainty, clean healing, instant blessings. His red handkerchiefs, dipped in water from a sacred spring behind his compound, were said to cure infertility, unlock business, even protect against witchcraft. Soon, public buses carried his posters. His Sunday services aired live on TV. His gospel single topped the charts for weeks. But beneath the chants and cheerful testimonies, something darker stirred. It started with rumors. A schoolteacher from Ol Kalou vanished after visiting the compound. A truck driver swore he saw two men digging graves in the forest behind the church at 3 a.m. A 17-year-old girl from Muranga walked into a police station barefoot, whispering about a river of blood behind the altar. But when officers returned with her, the compound was spotless. No trace of blood, nothing. Most Kenyans dismissed the whispers. Some laughed. Just another fake prophet, like the kind you see yelling on public buses. After all, this was Kenya. Some prophets here are often dancing on the line between comedy, scandal, and cult. But for Wanjiku Njenga and Brian Otieno, two rising investigative reporters with the Habari, this wasn't a joke. It was a lead. Wanjiku, sharp-eyed and fearless, was raised in Thika. Brian, a quiet man from Kisumu, believed facts could change the world. They sensed something was off. So, they went undercover. For 3 months, they lived inside the House of Sacred Renewal, pretending to be born-again believers. They fasted, prayed, cried in tongues. They listened to endless testimonies of cured cancers and spiritual debt relief. They hid notes in Bibles, recorded sermons with modified phone cases, until one Friday night, a soft knock, 2:14 a.m. An usher stood outside, flashlight in hand. His eyes never met theirs. "It is time," he said. No explanation, no emotion. Wanjiku and Brian joined 8 other long-term residents, all draped in white robes. They walked across the yard toward a small Bible study room beside the main church. At the door, each was handed a metal cup. Inside, a thick, pale liquid. It smelled like burnt herbs and cough syrup. "Blessing wine," the usher whispered. They sipped, and when no one looked, they spit it out into the grass. Inside the dimly lit room, chalk scribbles covered the walls, verses, strange symbols. The 8 attendees sat in silence, swaying, humming, whispering. One man laughed softly to himself. A woman scratched her face until blood ran down her cheek. She didn't notice. Brian leaned in. "They've been drugged," he muttered. Then he entered. Prophet Eliud, no longer in white. Now he wore a deep red robe, embroidered with symbols, some vaguely Nubian, maybe Somali. 2 assistants followed. One held a silver goblet and a small cold storage box. The other carried a tray lined with surgical knives, gleaming in the low light. The prophet stood at the altar and began to chant. Not Kikuyu, not Kiswahili, not Hebrew, not Arabic. Not even the fake tongues some pastors use to impress crowds. This was deeper, older. His voice echoed strangely. The room seemed to pulse. The worshippers rose, wordlessly, forming a line. Wanjiku and Brian joined at the end. First in line, Mama Ruth, a mother of 4. Earlier that month, she had testified about her daughter's miraculous healing from leukemia. She stepped forward, climbed onto the altar, laid down flat, arms at her sides, smiling. The assistants opened her robe. The prophet took a scalpel and cut. He reached inside Mama Ruth's abdomen and pulled out a kidney. Calmly, he placed it in the cold storage box. Blood poured. An assistant set the silver goblet under the altar, letting blood collect into it. There was no scream, just the humming of drugged believers and the prophet's voice. The wound was sewn shut with precision. Still smiling, she was wheeled away in a rusty wheelbarrow. The next stepped forward. Brian squeezed Wanjiku's hand. "We can't stop this," he whispered. "Not yet," she replied. "But we'll make sure the world sees." But the most valid question for now is, how the hell do we get out of here? Thank you for joining us for the first episode of The Prophet's Red Robe. We truly appreciate you. But tell me, do you believe Prophet Eliud's miracles are divine or dangerously deceptive? And what would you do if the truth behind your faith turned out to be a lie? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading all. If this story captured your interest, don't forget to subscribe, share, and tap the bell so you don't miss the unfolding of this series. Until then, stay curious, stay adventurous, and let's meet in the next episode.